Cherie Hanson here. Today we have the sun, see that? Making an outline, shining on the wall, and it is still deceiving us because the out of doors looks picture perfect. But once you go outside, as I found when I walked 8,000 steps last night, it's cold. It's really cold. And it's funny to see so many people out walking around, shivering, their faces all wadded up in the kind of thing. Today in meditation, what came to me was the idea of how do I calm myself the hell down? It's a skill. It's a really good skill that some people have in their lives and other people are in the process of learning. And I noticed that many people were triggered, were disturbed, were very emotional about Instagram and Facebook being non-functioning. And if we look at that, we can trace it back to the concept of if my normal way of living isn't working, then I'm in trouble. What's going to happen next? Are they going to be phosphor bombing us? Is there going to be strafing from the hills as we walk along the sidewalk, shivering from the cold? So I wanted to talk a bit about finding your way to calm yourself down when you're triggered or when you're afraid. First of all, what I call following the trigger down. Follow it down. Find out why that triggered you so much. And for a lot of people, what happens is they are in this state where they expect to be protected. There is mommy and daddy, there is the government, there's the local, the local waterworks and TELUS and the the myriad things that service our households. And there's a sense of betrayal that comes when they're not working. There's a sense of abandonment that is triggered when you're not being taken care of. And so what we need to put in place of having everything working before we can feel safe, we need to put in place the rituals, the practices, the comforting steps we take to calm ourselves down. And this is, I see today that LinkedIn is down. Yes! No, LinkedIn. And I always remember what Jon Stewart said once on The Daily Show. He says, who knows what LinkedIn is about? But I haven't seen as much psychic pain from the LinkedIn, the LinkedIn ill functioning as I have through Facebook and Instagram. So ask yourself, what do I have in place to calm me down? And these are some things I suggest to the people I coach, is if you've got a habit of breath work, you can instantly get into filling your lungs fully and emptying your lungs fully. And that will cause you to drop down out of the fear, drop down out of the sense of danger, and come back to your body. And the body it's always your nest. If you ever want some loving arms wrapped around you. They're right here. They're your arms. Wrap those around you. If you ever want to have a feeling that you need constant support, then you support your body. So people have rituals for these things. Breath work is great. Another one that I suggest to clients is, I saw this, one of my coaches talked about it. You take yourself through the journey of the fear and the panic and the sense that you've been abandoned. So you have a playlist of songs, and it starts out whatever your heavy energy is. It might be grief, it might be rage, it might be terror, it might be abandonment. You start with a song that is singing out of that emotional profile. And then you gradually move the playlist up to a very happy, light, thankful, loving song. So you're actually, it's like you're taking a child. You know, the child is like, I'm lost in the woods. Then here, let me take your hand. We're just going to go from the lost out along the path, and you're going to be in the meadow. And you can do that with your own psyche if if you have that prepared for times when, good Lord, what could happen next? What's going to go down next? So we're in a time of change. We don't like change. We never like change. I mean, with my astrology, I'm surprised I can even get a change of glasses. You know, like that's just crazy talk. Don't be changing that up. Everything is changing. Everything is shifting. Everything is reforming. And I think a lot about gardening. You know, when you are a gardener, you walk around the winter damage of the garden and you look at all the plants and you look at the things that didn't do well last year that you're intending to take out, and you're changing your plan, you're changing your reaction, especially with climate change. You can't count on anything. You know, is this a good place for tomatoes? Well, not now. It's not a good place now because they'll just burn. And so we walk around our garden, we walk around our identity, we walk around the safety structures that we are depending upon, and we look at them as if we're a master gardener. Tomatoes didn't work well here last year. Have to put them someplace else or discard the ideas of growing tomatoes. And if we can be gentle with ourselves, it's so much easier. Because what we have a way of doing is we have that secondary punishment that comes from our ego. I'm afraid right now. I don't know. I mean, if I can't put up my Instagram, what's going to happen to me? And now I'm pissed off at myself for thinking that and feeling that. First thing you have to do is you have to invite in the trembling, terrified child of yourself who sees anything that's going wrong as a sign that they're going to get scrofula and cholera and leprosy. Oh my God, the whole thing is going to be just destructive. So you comfort that first response, and now you bring in your rituals for self-calming. Maybe you light a candle. Maybe you burn incense. Maybe you have a chant saved on your phone that always brings you back home. But that is the way to deal with those sorts of things, is to come back home into the body, into the nest, into the sense that I can handle whatever happens. If you're a sailor and you're out on the seas, you can handle the large waves. I've been watching a lot of samurai movies lately. If you're a samurai, you've got your sword. You don't go like, oh my God, something's attacking me. No, you use your sword. So find what your tools are. Find the practices that you have put in place to make yourself feel loved, cared for, secure, and able to walk through whatever the changes are that are coming in, because they're coming in hard and fast now. And my first reaction, because I'm such a judgmental Virgo, I'm seeing all these people just going nuts about these two internet platforms going down, and I'm thinking to myself, you're not being bombed with phosphor. You're not being strafed from the hillside. Nobody is collapsing buildings around you with their drone strikes. But the level of fear that came up during that situation, I could see as people who just hadn't figured out yet how to calm themselves the hell down. So that was the thought I had for today. Do get a hold of me for psychic readings, for life coaching. If you want a session, notify me, send me a message. I don't need to see you, hear you, anything like that. I can just tell what needs to happen, and we will work together to build a stronger connection of you to your body, to your spirit, and to the sense of security in your life. Thank you so much. Please do like and subscribe to my videos, and I am deeply, deeply grateful for the beautiful comments that people are posting. It's such a gift. I appreciate you.